Welcome everybody, Red Arrow 23 here. This is the second installment of AZ versus NPC. Be sure to check out the description and the thumbnail of these videos to make sure that you find the NPC that you're looking for. And let's boom some beaches! Alright guys, so the ones on the screen at the moment in my attack log, those are all the ones that we've already done. We're going to be moving on. I'm trying to get through these a little bit quicker this time. I'm going to start off with Block Party. And right, I know exactly what I want to do here. The beach is free, but we want to get rid of these two flamethrowers. I have seen people do this without clearing the flamethrowers, but you almost get the same amount of GBE back. I started with 116 and I've got 114 now, so I'm happy. And all I'm going to be doing is I can take as much of the beach up as I want because it's completely free, flaring right into that corner. And I actually want to wait until they sort of bounce up out of the corner. I'm going to smoke ahead of time and flare into that corner, and then I'm just going to use a nice smoke. Want to avoid that machine gun popping me off, and then I'm flaring up into my finishing spot. I smoke a little bit wide here because Zookas do tend to go around the sniper tower like they just did. And then once they're nice and close in range, we're going to flare onto the core. And then we're just going to do the standard. Critter ahead of time to get everything targeting it. And then boom boom with the shocks. And then we're pretty happy that everything is dead. And boom! Down goes the core. 4 medkits is how we do that one. That's Block Party in a nutshell. So there we go. These are going to be all the NPCs that I'm going to encounter at my victory point level, which is more or less the maxed out NPCs. If you do encounter some trouble with lower level ones, definitely let me know and I'll see if I can get hold of an account. I can show some lower level NPCs. Just let me know which ones you're having trouble with. So this one here, we've got rocket launchers almost in range of the left side. Definitely with this horizontal beach, it's a little bit nasty. I want to make a little bit of room on the right hand side with this shock launcher, and that's going to be in range too as these boom cannons straight away. So I think I'm going to do one smoke sort of on the left, and then we'll have one sort of as we leave the right side. So as always, we want to be using all our GBE before we move, because we're not going to run out of time. Time's not an issue. So I'm going to go barrage. Sometimes it'll take it out, depends on the level. And there we go. Going to get this flare right in that corner, and we want to avoid that rocket launcher range. So nice and slow flare landing. On a slanted beach, that flare landing is going to be a lot faster, just due to the angle. And there we go, you see that boom cannon started to target. And then you can either go right up into the corner, or you can flare up just before. And then once you're around about this position and you're in that final smoke, you can flare a little bit closer and get your final smoke. Now we're just going to flare onto the HQ. There we go. And we're going to go critter shock again. It's my favorite combo, and we don't want to be losing any Zookas. So what I did do wrong is my critters were a little bit low, so you saw the rocket launcher started targeting on to my Zookas. You can see that they were facing the Zookas rather than the critters. So what I forgot to remember just then is that I want to critter the HQ first, then the cannons, so critter nice and quick, and then shock the flamethrowers and the cannons. I'm used to always shocking my critters, but there you go, we got it down, no losses anyway, so that is all good. So where are we? Corner office, tucked in the corner, funny enough. So we jump straight into the attack. The beach is fairly hostile. It's fairly safe to say. I'm gonna do a barrage right in between the flamethrower and the boom cannon, and I'm gonna clear both these boom mines and take the extra 3 GBE, and that's all I'm gonna do. I believe it is gonna be a 2 smoke landing, as with these horrible horizontal bases always are. That was probably a little bit wider than it needed to be, a little bit close, but that's okay. And there we go. As soon as we're sort of grouped up here, I'm going to throw one more smoke, and got a peek. Might actually just throw a med kit because I don't like losing any. You can use an extra smoke on the beach, I don't like to, but you can, and there we go. And once you get to this spot, this is exactly where we want to be. So then we just got that one smoke, all the Zookas are inside it, and we are just going to go one critter. I'm going to shock the shock launcher and that flamethrower, and then we're going to re-critter just in case for the rocket launchers up top mainly. And there we go. So we're just crittering only on the right side because there's nothing to distract on the left side, but we want to make sure we shock that flamethrower on the left for sure. So there we go. Love practicing Zookas on these NPCs. Puts a little bit more fun into it as well, rather than watching the old teammate roll through, in my opinion. So what we got next, we got Teardrop. Let's jump into that one. So again, we've got a hostile beach and I forgot to scout, but that's okay. So we're just going to make some room up the top again. And what I might do is go nice and wide smokes, and I'm actually going to do a flag land. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. There we go. And another smoke. So we're just going to wait for the Zookas to gather and sort of run about now. And we're going to smoke. So you need to be a little bit careful. There's always Becky wants to go left. Sometimes I just feel like leaving her. Like, why? Why are you doing this to us? Also, I get a little bit ahead of the game sometimes and throw those smokes nice and early. You probably want to throw them a little bit later so you have more time to think about it. Because obviously now I have to go critter, critter, shock, shock. You want to make sure you get that shock launcher on the left hand side so it doesn't fire over the top of the critters. And you want to get all of the flamethrowers around the core. So you might want to just throw more one critter sort of in the center region, around about here, and then just do 3 shocks. That might be easier. Depends on how much GBE you got. I mean, if you're boosted, and probably shouldn't be boosted in doing NPCs, but there we go. If you are, you can just shock the whole map. Why not? Bullet Chasers, let's check you out. And then is that the last one? We've got Bullet Chasers and Vanguard. Let's pop those off. And again, I didn't scout because I'm silly, but the whole base is hostile as anyone's business. So you can actually use a barrage there. You probably get all 3 of those supply crates, which is 369 GBE. That would be kind of handy right now, but that is all good. And then their mine is down. The whole beach is going to be hostile because of all these rocket launchers, so we're going to be a little bit constricted with GBE here, but that's okay. Going to drop the 3 boats and then the last one, and then I'm going to flare right up into this corner, probably a little bit early, but I didn't want the Zookas spreading out because they've obviously got nothing to anchor on. And then I'm going to do a pre-smoke and flare up into this corner. The reason I'm using the corners is just so the Zookas are going to stay nice and tight. I'm not going to do anything silly. And that smoke was way too loose. You can smoke a lot tighter than that. And here we go. So I want to do a critter on the flamethrower on the rocket launchers to distract the other rocket launchers. Definitely want to be shocking those flamethrowers. And I shocked the cannons just because I didn't want to lose any Zookas again. But you can maybe use a critter on them instead, but the Zookas are real close, so yeah, up to you. As long as you got those critters to distract the right rocket launchers, you shock the rocket launchers that are going to shoot you from over the critter in the dead zone. And those flamethrowers are obviously going to crispen your Zookas right up if you don't treat them with some respect. Here we go, Vanguard. Oh, I scouted. That's handy. So we've got a shock launcher on the right. It's covering most of the beach. Shock launcher on the left. And these rocket launchers. How did I do this one? I recall messing this one up last time. So we don't want to be planning... I want to be just left of the core. I want to have critters on this machine gun to distract the shock launcher. And a shock. So I don't want the machine gun popping off either. I'm going to take out the flamethrowers before we even walk. This one, see, I don't want to put critters on this flamethrower because they'll just shoot straight over into my Zookas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go critter on this machine gun and shock these 3 defenses. Remembering that the critter is going to die pretty quickly to these 3 machine guns, and the same on the left hand side, they're all going to die pretty quickly to those machine guns, so we're going to make sure that they are timed pretty well. And we want to take out that 1 boom mine on the left. We are going to use an anchor, so we're going to use the sniper as our anchor and do a nice flare land first. So I think that's about enough room. You can obviously get a little bit closer, but with these horizontal beaches I like to give them a lot of room. So we're just going to flare up there. Pretty nice grouping, and then I want to flare up before they start to spread again. As you noticed, I have neglected to take out the flamethrowers before we get there, so I'm going to throw that. You know what I'm talking about, I'm thinking too much. I'm going to throw that smoke a little bit ahead of time, and then I'm going to throw the artillery, and now we've got a re-smoke and flares up. And we're going to go critter, critter, shock, shock, late on the shocks, but it's actually worked. We're going to lose a couple to the boom cannons, but that's okay because we've got the med kits. So with those critters, if you can get them a little bit nicer, the boom cannons will, so the left ones will need to be a little bit higher, and the right ones were pretty perfect. So there we go. We only lost 1 Zooka. That's going to do it for part 2. I'm going to let my map fill up with some more NPC bases and fill you in on the ones that we missed out on today. Let's have a quick review. Those are the ones we took out today, the ones that are highlighted new. So comment down below if you take out NPCs differently or if this is helping you out. Remember to practice your Zookas whenever you can. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more. Boom!